this is not going to be a Lebanese Arabic lesson as usual. This is going to be the announcement for my upcoming courses. So before I begin, I want to wish that all of you are okay. And I want to let you know that so basically, as you may already know, I run 30-day Lebanese Arabic challenge courses. So I like these 30-day challenge courses because they give the learners a push and like somewhere to start with a lot of structure and also a challenge at the same time. So I do this usually when I want to do other things in my personal life, for example, learning the piano or dancing. I always like to give myself on the calendar 30 days and then another 30 days and then another 30 days so that I can check where I am in my learning procedure. And that's why I think when I do the same with you guys as language learners, this helps a lot because you can measure how much you've learned by the end of all of these 30 days. So as always, I have two types of courses. I will start by explaining the pre-recorded 30-day challenge courses and then the live 30-day challenge course, which I'm gonna be doing on Zoom starting February 15. So the pre-recorded Lebanese Arabic 30-day challenge courses come in different levels. There's the absolute beginners, the beginners. Soon there will be a general course, just general without any numbers. Then we have General 1, General 2, General 3, General 4, and Advanced. So as you can see, there are all levels, all the way from absolute beginners to advanced. I'm gonna quickly explain which course is best for you. And of course, if you're still not sure about your level, we can have a quick assessment over the phone. So the absolute beginners is great for you if you've never learned any Arabic, or maybe you know some words, or maybe you are surrounded by family members, but you've never actually even learned to read and write it. So that's the place to start, because that's where you will learn to read and write while you're learning to speak and have basic conversations together, okay? It's not like, okay, you will just have writing, hi Zain. It's not like thank you. It's not like you will just read and write. No, you will be learning a few letters every day while you're having a conversation at the same time in the same lesson. So within 2 weeks, you would already be capable of reading basic words because you complete the alphabet, and then on the 3rd week you practice more, and on the 4th week you practice your reading and writing more, and you have these basic conversations while using the Arabic script. Okay, it's very important to learn how to read and write, even if your purpose is just to speak. Why? Because let's say in the future you became more advanced, okay? And you decide to continue learning Arabic, and you will need books, and the books are written in Arabic with the Arabic script. So there will always be gap in your learning if you don't know how to read and write. Yes, some people tell me, okay, we never use the Arabic script. So when I'm talking to my family, to my friends, I personally, I never use the Arabic script to speak to them on WhatsApp or something. Yes, we use the Latin letters, the Roman alphabet, but still, when I'm teaching, I like as a start to use the Roman alphabet with people who don't know nothing while I'm teaching the alphabet step by step, so that they get rid of the Roman alphabet and use the Arabic script. Yes, even if we don't use it in life, as I said, it's important to learn to read and write so that in the future you can become more advanced and use the books. Otherwise, you will be stuck somewhere. So that's with the absolute beginners. With the beginners course, you ease into reading and writing much more. When I say writing, it's not like in class you're going to sit down and write when you're a beginner. You're going to be doing it on your own at home. The more you write, the better. It's not because, yes, it's important to have a good handwriting or no. When we write, we retain more information. Like if I'm sitting there and listening, as Tony Robbins says, I might retain 10% of the information. If I read it and write it, I retain maybe 60%. And if I use it in my physiology, maybe I speak it, maybe I say it while walking or something, you retain 90%. So that's why it's always very important to sit down and write things so your brain retains more information. So with the beginner's course, you ease into reading, you become confident in reading. That helps you, it preps you to be ready for the general courses. Now, what do we do in the beginners classes? We do lots of mini role plays, Okay, so for example, maybe today you just introduced yourself to someone. The next day there's a breakfast with the family. Or the third day maybe you're asking for something in a coffee shop or in a car rental office or many role plays. You would be reading them, listening to them, learning vocab, speaking them out loud with basic grammar of hi Rahma, with basic grammar of using the present tense only in the beginner's course, okay? And also some of the fake verbs. You will know later on what I mean if you take the course. Now, once you finish the beginner's course, then we have the series of the general courses. In the general courses, I always say to my students, it's not linear. Okay, I have to finish General 1 and then General 2 and then General 3. Preferably, of course, starting with General 1 is better. But I do have students who were in the advanced class, but then they decided to do a General 1 class because they wanted to recap on grammar, they wanted to review their grammar and, rebuild a proper foundation. So the General 1 course is the course where I'm gonna answer you, I'm gonna reply to your comments later on, okay? Hi, Catherine. So in the General 1 course, we do a little bit of everything, actually a lot of everything. It's a very intensive course. All the courses are really intensive. You have to put aside 2 hours of your day so that you can study either on your own or with us in class. So I'm still talking about the pre-recorded lessons here. Now, in the General 1 course, we cover all the tenses from present to present continuous, to past continuous, past perfect, future, conditionals. So everything, all the grammatical tools you need to speak a language correctly. Now, we don't just do grammar. We do grammar, we do speaking, we do vocab, we do listening, all aspects of language learning. So it's a very good place to build your foundations. Now, who is this course suitable for? It's suitable for you if you, for example, studied only standard Arabic and you never had the chance to learn a dialect. If, for example, you studied Arabic a long time ago and you want to remember things. If you studied Arabic for about, I would say, 6 months to a year, the only way I could 100% recommend the right level for you is, of course, if we have a chat over the phone and I can understand, I can ask you questions, I can speak to you in Arabic, and I will understand much better from the way you speak or from little mistakes you make, which course to recommend for you, okay? So that's the General 1 course. Again, as I say, all of these courses, when I call them Lebanese Arabic, these are Levantine Arabic courses, because Levantine is Lebanese, it's the same. Levantine is like an umbrella, and under it you have Lebanese, Syrian, Palestinian, and Jordanian, because this is the language spoken in that region. So when sometimes people tell me, do you teach Levantine Arabic? Yes, of course, it's the Levantine Arabic that I'm teaching, but it's inevitable that my pronunciation, my way of speaking will be Lebanese because I am Lebanese. I can try to tell you how I can show you, not speak it, I can show you other content of like Jordanian or Syrian or Palestinian, but I cannot fake it because it's not part of my accent, okay? But whether or not you will be understood if you travel to specifically these 4 countries, of course 100%, even if you go to another Arabic country where they speak a totally different dialect, like Egypt or the Gulf or anywhere, even if they speak a totally different dialect, if you choose one dialect and stick to it and speak it like in a decent way, and you may like in a correct way, basically, you will be understood wherever you go. So my point is, you don't have to learn the dialect of a specific country to be able to be understood. You can learn one dialect and be understood in different countries. So now, for example, I have Egyptian friends. Do I speak standard Arabic to them? Of course not. Never, ever. We never speak it. Now, do I speak Egyptian to them? Sometimes as a joke, because Egyptian, I find it fun to speak. Now, do they speak Lebanese to me? No, but they speak Egyptian, and spontaneously I respond in Lebanese, and spontaneously they respond in Egyptian. We are not even thinking that we're speaking 2 different dialects or languages. It's so natural that we don't even realize we're saying different things. it's like, really, it's like two people speaking American English to each other. They don't think that one is saying something else and the other is saying something else. The same applies when we're speaking different dialects. We're not even thinking, oh, he's saying it in Lebanese, I'm saying it in Egyptian. No, no, no. Now, initially, sometimes we make jokes about, when it's been a long time, for example, I didn't meet someone from a particular country, and then they say something in a way, of course, we for the sake of fun, like we laugh, we point that out or something. But generally speaking, when it becomes natural and we see those people a lot, no, it's natural to each one stick to a dialect. Now, why choose Lebanese or the Levantine dialect? No, you don't have to choose it unless there are different, unless you are sure 100% you're going to that area. Yes, you can choose that. You can also choose it because it's one of the popular dialects, like because of the talk shows and operas and the political situation in the Middle East. It's one of the Levantine dialect is one of the most widely spoken dialects. Of course, Egyptian as well is one of them. Okay, so as I said, it's also up to you. Sometimes people say, maybe I want to learn another dialect because I want to go to that country for sure. Yeah, why not? You can do that. You don't have to stick to the Levantine dialect. You choose the dialect that you feel comfortable with. And sometimes, like, choosing a dialect is like speaking to the heart of the people it directly. I don't know, maybe if I'm in love with someone, I don't know, from Morocco, okay? The Moroccan dialect is quite different, by the way. So I will try my best to speak it because I want to speak to his heart. So if there are emotions involved, yes, you can choose a particular dialect. But for reasons of practicality, if that's why you're learning a language and you want to connect with different people from different parts of the Arabic world, you can choose any dialect. Okay? I totally diverted. So let's come back to the courses. So I'm still talking about the pre-recorded courses. So I spoke about the absolute beginners, and general one. Now, general 2 is one of the most difficult courses that I have. In my opinion, it's more difficult than the advanced course even. Why? Because we probe so deep into grammatical details. We speak about verb forms. We speak about participles a lot, which we use a lot in the Levantine dialect, basically. So yeah, it's quite intense. Even speaking, we start speaking almost only Arabic in class. Sometimes just every now and then we make we speak a couple of sentences in English, but mainly it's in Arabic. So it pushes you to use the Arabic language only. Now, when it comes to General 3 and General 4, I love these courses because I feel that especially my students who go through the General 2 course, they start finding things maybe easier, not in terms of grammar, yes, but not in terms of vocab. So it's time to, like, it's like, for example, we don't have, like, when I mention something in class and they have been in the General 2 class, they understand what I'm saying. We understand each other. And now we don't have to waste a lot of time thinking about grammatical details. Yes, of course, we stop and we speak about grammatical details always in every course. But it's not the main thing to do. The main thing to do now is to use as many role plays as possible, as many videos from real life, from social media, things like that. So we do almost one role play every day or every other day, it depends. And we, just like the beginners course, the General 3 and General 4 have lots of role plays, but of course in a more difficult way, like more advanced. And finally, the advanced, and General 3 and General 4, by the way, are exactly the same level. None of them is more difficult than the other, okay? Finally, the advanced course is a course that has a lot of focus, again, as if you are in Lebanon, basically, indirectly. So what we do is we use, again, lots of news, talk shows, things from social media platforms, movies, songs, things basically we use in real life. And where necessary, we get into grammatical details as well. Now, sometimes there are different methods of teaching and learning. Everyone has a different way, okay? I like to do things in a structural way with my students, and particularly when it comes to, so sometimes I am told that okay, maybe grammar is not important. I always give this example when let's say I want to learn to dance, okay, and I go to a ballet class, and the teacher tells me, yeah, feel free, just move your body, dance. Okay, I will dance, I will move. Yeah, and maybe that will give me the confidence, which is very, very important, by the way, to start like that as well. But if she never teaches me how to hold my arms like that for a few minutes, or how to turn out, or how to stand, or how to use my posture, I will have limitations in my dance and I will not be able to continue dancing. The same applies to the language. If you don't have a clean grammatical foundation and very, very clean pronunciation, especially foundation, you will advance, you will make yourself understandable, which is the main aim of a language, but you will always have these mistakes that follow you in your learning procedure. That's why I like to try as much as we can to clean things up as much as we can with the basic levels, so that whenever we are in the more conversational courses, we have like a proper foundation. So these are about the levels and which level is suitable for you. Again, if you're not sure, there's the course plans that I send by email. You can skim through them, and we can have a hi Nabila, I missed you. And we can also have a quick chat over the phone, so I can recommend the right course for you. Now, what's the difference between the pre-recorded lessons and the face-to-face lessons? Now, with the pre-recorded lessons, I made them for two reasons. One, because I'm going to be very honest with you. As a teacher, it's very difficult to sustain things on the long run, teaching 8 hours every day, every day, every day. And as students, especially that the pandemic is like almost finishing, I hope, it's also difficult for students to maintain 30 days, another 30 days, another 30 days, because I have students who did 30 days non-stop for a year or more, you know. So it's not sustainable on the long run. Okay, it's nice to do once, twice to kickstart your learning experience, your learning journey, even 3 times, and then a break, and then in the future. But to continue this every day non-stop, it's quite draining. So I thought about doing the 30-day challenge that has the same content and actually a lot more content. I pre-recorded them, choosing 2 or 3 of my students that were used to working together. We recorded them specially for other people to watch. It wasn't a class like a normal class. No, they had done the levels before. So we recorded them for other people to watch. We recorded these so that you can have the same amount of material and challenge, but at the same time the flexibility to do things whenever you want without committing every day to the same time. Maybe one day you want to do the morning, maybe one day you want to do the night, maybe one day you want to do half an hour instead of the full lesson. But I really recommend you don't lose the momentum and do every day, even if it's just 10-15 minutes, rather than saying, okay, today I'm not gonna do, tomorrow I'm gonna do. No, I don't recommend that. So that's why the pre-recorded lessons are really nice. You get the same benefits. You get tons and tons of PDF files and recorded material and notes. So every day comes in 3 folders. One folder is the actual classroom, the lesson that we recorded together. The second folder is the material with the audio. The third folder are the random notes that were unexpected and we spoke about in class. We write them, record them, so that you can use them after class. Now, also, I wanted to create a balance between pre-recorded and feeling that you're not doing things on your own. There will be Q&A sessions throughout the week, where if you have questions, you can come ask me. And also if we just recap, we see each other's faces, we get to know each other. So like that, you don't do things alone, but you don't have to come every single day at the same time. Okay, so this is the pre-recorded. Now, from February 15 to March 16, I decided I took a break because from the face-to-face Zoom lessons, I decided to do another Zoom 30-day challenge for people who prefer still to do live lessons together, to be in a classroom environment. Now, I'm not going to be able to open all the levels, so that's why I'm going to wait for all of your inquiries. Whoever is interested in doing the 30-day challenge live, let me know. as soon as possible, so I can collect all the inquiries and open maybe the most like two, maybe, or maybe three, or maybe one, depends on how many people are in the class. The bigger the how can I say, the most wanted required classes, I will open them, because it's difficult to open 8 levels of courses within 1 month. Okay, so whoever is interested, immediately send an email, so I can also come up with a schedule that is suitable for everyone, because we are from very, very different parts of the world. So I don't know if there's anything else I have to say. In any case, whatever questions you have, whatever comments you have, anything you want to know about, just come back, get back to, like, just get in touch by email. I'm gonna leave my email address under this video. And I would like to ask my students who did the courses with me before to maybe leave a comment or give your opinion for other people to know about these courses, and to feel motivated, or you know, to know what they expect, basically. Okay, so that's it for today. Just to recap, so this was a session I was talking about the 30-day challenge courses, and the summary is that we do 30-day challenge Levantine Arabic-Lebanese Arabic courses. There are levels all the way from absolute beginners to advanced. If you're not sure about your level, you can get in touch with me and we can have a quick assessment over the phone. And also there are 2 types of 30-day challenge courses which I run. I run the face-to-face, when I say face-to-face nowadays, it's on Zoom, basically, the live lessons together. We meet every single day at the same time for 30 days. Or the pre-recorded lessons, the pre-recorded 30-day challenge course. You get to have lifetime access to the classes, the material, and the notes, and you study on your own. Same challenge, actually even more material, because there's less students in class when I recorded it. And what was I gonna say? And you would have the flexibility of doing it at whenever you want, like at any time of the day. Okay, I hope this was enough to answer your questions. Let me check if anyone had a question. And thank you all for joining and leaving your comments. Thank you, Zain. And yeah, if you still need to read and write, yes, don't focus always on the Roman alphabet. It's true. It's important to know both, by the way. It's not enough to know just the Arabic script, because if you want to be natural and spontaneous, you will need to know the Roman alphabet as well, because that's how we speak to friends and family. It's important to know both, but not one of them only. Hi, Rahma, and thank you for watching my videos. Catherine, thank you for your comment. You're saying, I wish I had time for the challenge, but you did already like 3 or 4 challenges. Hi, Praveen. See? Okay, your method is the only way. Thank you, Nabila. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and you have been one of the most amazing students I've met as well. And I just wanted to know that you do live too. It's good. Yes, so I do live lessons, and also because there are different students from different parts of the world, I try to wait for everyone. And even my lives, there were times I did lives at 12 midnight, from 12 to 2 a.m. It was a little bit crazy to continue like that, but if there's enough students who are like, you know, wanting to do that, why not? I'm willing to do it one more time. Yeah, but I know, but hopefully you can come to them sometime soon. So some people are asking about the prices of the courses. I feel shy to mention these things, you know, but it's important. Like, get in touch by email. I'll tell you by email. I just feel shy about talking about material things online. Anyways, yalla. I hope I hear from you soon, and I send you a big hug. Bye now.